Hi everyone, this is Surender. So welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. So today's video it is going to be what is Navisworks. So even though the question is what is Navisworks, I am not going to explain everything about Navisworks today. So today what I am going to focus is what is the primary purpose of Navisworks. That is first point. Second thing, Navisworks has 3 versions. So that 3 versions will be explained in this part. The last part is Navisworks has 3 main file formats. So all these 3 file formats will be explained and why it is used. So these are the 3 main points which I am going to explain in this video. So let us jump into the presentation. So what is Navisworks? See, Navisworks is basically a viewer software. What is viewer software will be explained later in this video. So the first thing is it's a viewer software. It is not a modeling software or a drafting software. It cannot create models. It can view the models. That's all. So that is the primary purpose of Navisworks. And the ability of Navisworks, another ability of Navisworks is it can open around 30 plus file formats. So what it means is from different softwares, if you create a BIM model, that BIM model can be exported to Navisworks and you can see it in the Navisworks. So like Revit, CATIA, Tekla, SketchUp, SolidWorks, PDF, etc. So these are the 2 main capabilities. It is basically viewing the BIM models. Next one is it can open different file formats. So that is Navisworks main capabilities. Other capabilities are there which will be dealt in the next video. So now Navisworks versions. There are 3 types of Navisworks software. That is Navisworks Freedom, Navisworks Simulate, Navisworks Manage. See, first thing is Navisworks Freedom, which is a free of cost software, and it opens only NWD. That will be seen in next slide. So Navisworks Freedom is free of cost. Navisworks Simulate is it is a better version of Navisworks Freedom. It has extra capabilities compared to Navisworks Freedom, but it is not free of cost. And Navisworks Manage is there, that is ultimate version of Navisworks, which has all the capabilities of Navisworks. So these are the 3 versions of Navisworks. Next, why we need a viewer software? Let us understand what is a viewer software basically. So here there are 2 viewer softwares of Autodesk. That is Autodesk Design Review, that is for CAD files. Autodesk Navisworks Freedom 2019, that is for BIM models. So what is a viewer software? Consider a situation, client and the design team. So the design team has invested on the Revit product and they are creating a Revit model. Now they want to get to approval for the Revit model from the client. So they are sending the Revit model to the client. Now client has no obligation to buy a Revit software because it is not needed for him. So in this case he doesn't have a Revit software, then how he will going to open the Revit file? So in this case viewer software is coming into picture. The first thing of viewer software is free of cost. You have heard it right. These 2 softwares, Autodesk Design Review, Autodesk Navisworks Freedom, both are free of cost, available in the Autodesk website for download. So it is first thing of the viewer software. Next, it has a very less computing power. So compared to Revit, Navisworks works faster. Compared to AutoCAD, Autodesk Design Review works very faster. So that is very less computing power and file size is also less when opened in Design Review or Navisworks. Next, it is very easy to use because it doesn't have any modeling tools. It just have the viewing tools and some analysis tools. So some free analysis tools of the model will be available in both the versions. That is CAD version, that is Autodesk Design Review, BIM version, that is Autodesk Navisworks Freedom. So I believe that you understood what is a viewer software. Now Navisworks file formats. Now we are jumping back again to the Navisworks. So Navisworks has 3 file formats. Navisworks NWC, that is cache file, NWF, that is file set, next NWD, that is document. So now what is the difference between these 3 file formats and why we need 3 file formats for the Navisworks? So now let us understand Navisworks' main capability is it can open other software products in Navisworks. So now Revit is a different, Revit will be having a different software schema and Navisworks will have a different software schema. So .rvt files, that is Revit files, cannot be directly opened in Navisworks. So what will happen is there will be something called as a parsing or conversion happens. That converted file Revit to Navisworks conversion file is Navisworks cache file and it will be created as NWC and it will be stored there. After that, that NWC will be opened in Navisworks. Now that is okay. Now Navisworks cache file, what it will have? It will have all the basic 3D geometry model data and some other properties of the models will be available in Navisworks cache file. Now what happens is, now in Navisworks has some analysis tools and some markup tools, all those things there. So you can do some functions in the Navisworks. So those functions which you are performing on the Navisworks will be stored as a Navisworks file set, that is NWF, but NWF will not have geometry data. So you need NWC and NWF to see a user BIM model in Navisworks. That is NWC is also needed, NWF is also needed to see a Navisworks model. So that is okay. Then what is NWD? That is Navisworks document. So that is simple combination of NWC and NWF. This both combined will create as a NWD. So now Navisworks document. So I guess you will be little bit confused. Let me explain again. So now we have an architectural model, structural model, MEP model and some other model. So 3 models are there. All these models I have to merge it and view it. So what I will do, I will open architectural model. In the back end NWC will be created for architecture model. Now I am opening structure model. In the back end NWC for structure model will be created. Same way for another NWC for a MEP model, another NWC for some other model. This all 4 models are merged into one file in the Navisworks file set, which will not have any 3D model geometry data of NWC, but only that combination of, that is this 4 NWCs are interconnected, that will be having Navisworks file set. Now I am doing some analysis on in this merged model, that also will be recorded in NWF. These 2, if you merge it, it will become NWD. This is a simple explanation of NWC, NWF and NWD. And regarding file size, NWC will be having second least size, that is smaller than greater than NWF but smaller than NWD. NWF is the least size because it has only the analysis data that you perform in Navisworks. That is very least size. So this is NWD will have the maximum size or largest size compared to this. So for example, if you consider a 50 MB Revit file is there, NWC will come around 6 MB, NWF some KBs, NWD some 10 MB. So like this is the file formats. So this is all about Navisworks and this is all about what I want to show in the video. Now one more bonus tip I want to show, that is Autodesk Viewer. So yeah, this is the bonus tip I want to explain you to the viewers. There is something called viewer.autodesk.com. So I have already explained a situation where client doesn't have a Revit product but he wants to see a Revit file. So at that time what he wants to do is, I said you can use Navisworks Freedom. There is another way which Autodesk has given is viewer.autodesk.com. So here we can create an Autodesk account and you can upload the Revit file and even solid Inventor models, Fusion 360 models, AutoCAD formats. All this can be uploaded in the viewer.autodesk.com and you can view the files, Revit files and AutoCAD files without having AutoCAD or Revit. So I will show the Revit file which I already uploaded it. So now what we have discussed in Navisworks or this video is, first thing, what is the main purpose of Navisworks software. Next thing is what is a viewer software. Then what are the different file versions of Navisworks. Then what are the different native file formats of Navisworks. These 4 things we have covered in this video. So now this is the 3D model which I have created in the Revit. So now this is there. Now you can select a file, you can select a window. So there are some things you can perform on the viewer thing. You can even explode it. So I'll make another video on viewer softwares. So that will be helpful. So that time we will explain about this. So this is all about this video, guys. So if you like this video, please subscribe, please share and comment if you have any questions or queries. Thank you.